cornfield, graveyard, and same living out your motherfucking heart. Kids, man, drip. There's a motherfucker who's just giving a dip. In the depth of a president, it might be you. Play dark in your butt, that's for the tree. Bloody wild, show your death. My motherfucking kids gon' be in your hell. Make a move, try your luck. Some to the killers, don't spread no bug. Shoot the key, left and dead. Look at the men around my head. Torture, horror, then those of behind, me follow.
Yo, what is up? It's your boy Drew. Got a chill stream here for you tonight. I'm mad I missed 2 days in a row. We here in the summer of Drew. It's back-to-back days, man. Gotta blame my wife. Tell her, say, woman, get off of them. Drop the nuke on me, man. Boys getting old out here, man. It's nighttime after that. Yo, I see all the regulars in the chat. Appreciate you guys for being here. Man, I know you guys have seen it. I wanted to cover this last night until I got nuked. We're going to go over it all tonight, this Sunday night. Father's Day, man. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out here, man. Read somewhere that there was like Father's Day is considered like the 20th most celebrated or most important holiday. Could you name 20 more holidays? I mean, surely, you know, the big ones, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween, Valentine's. I mean, I could maybe name 10, maybe. Are they saying Juneteenth is more than Father's Day? Clearly the importance of dads. It just can't be stressed enough. And you see the societal breakdown for us that are a little bit older. If you're in your 40s, when you were a young kid, there wasn't as much divorce. There was more dads in the house, and life was better. The society as a whole was better, and the dads played a big part of that. There's many factors that go into that, but one of the major factors is the nuclear family and the father. So to all the fathers out here that are doing their thing and taking care of their children, and I know it's hard, man. Sometimes you get caught up in that court system, or you're only getting weekends. I was there, man. It's rough, man. It's real hard. I went through my first divorce, lost my kids, and had to fight and scrap for my money because I'm on child support, and then I got to go through the court systems again and pay for that. It was hard, man. It was a struggle. So if you're in that position right now, man, it will pass, bro. That season will pass. Maybe there's someone out there that felt how I felt. It was like you felt like you were underwater at times. All you want to do is get your kids and do fun things with your kids, and you don't even have the money to take them to the zoo because all the money's going to the other parent. And if you want to go get more time, and you know you got to pay the court and petition the court and get in there, get a lawyer and blah blah blah, man. It's rough, man, but it's a season and it'll pass, man. I know it felt like to me, and my kids were young when I got divorced, so it felt like an eternity, but I'm finally done with that chapter in my life. So if you're going through that now, man, and you're feeling the struggle of it and it's getting to you, man, I can promise you, bro, someone that's been through it as bad or worse than you, like, it is a season. Ron Walker says, divorce so long ago, my fault, married a crazy one. I think we all did. Got married young and didn't know much. Well, that's part of that too, is I didn't really have a father. Well, I didn't have a father in my life to show me and to teach me all that stuff. And that's why society, it's taking, 4 generations to kind of recover. It's just now I feel like turning the corner and heading in a better direction, hopefully. As you see, the younger people are more leaning into the church and into traditional values, and they're not into this like turbo thoughts and pornography, all that stuff. So hopefully that trend continues, because it's clear to me, at least, and hopefully anyone that's older, that what damage that stuff caused to society. But anyway, Jet888 says, hey, chalk body outline, learn about the Bills of Exchange Act. No more paying from our pockets. I'm gonna have to put that on a list to look that up or something. I mean, maybe we can go back there later tonight. I just want to kind of go through some of this stuff. So right before I went live, I made this little thumbnail, and then I just kind of wanted to sit down and clear my mind for a minute. And they caught this dude now. So if you're not aware, we'll go through it real quick, but there was a shooting in Minnesota. A guy on the left here of the thumbnail, you see this guy on the left posed as a police officer, supposedly had a look-alike cruiser or something. I don't know the exact details because I haven't gone too deep into it. I'm going to do that tonight. But he went to the home of a couple different prominent Democrats in the state of Minnesota and blasted on them. Killed a woman and I believe her husband as well, and then a man, different senator. So the woman, I believe, was a House of Representatives, and then the man was a senator, and he shot the senator and his wife and injured them. And it's just a bizarre story when you just on the surface level, because I haven't gone any deeper than surface level. I want to get into that tonight. Skate and destroy what's good. Want to get into this though, but my first thought is, okay, well, Tim Walz is behind it. And then when I go in the few videos I've clicked, or the X things, tons of the top comments like Tim Walz is to blame, or he's behind it. Now a Viking just came out and said that, an ex-Minnesota Vikings player, blaming him. So that's where we're at in society, is that anything happens, the Air India crash, any single event, there will be conspiracies related to it. One of the reasons I thought this would be a good one to cover last night is it's so ambiguous. All you have is this picture of this guy in this mask. You can't see anything. You can't see his skin on his neck or his hand. You can't see any color of skin. This could be anybody under there. And then right away they had a name out there of who this is and who's behind it. It was dropped in the news. Yeah, Skate and Destroy said it looks like Michael Myers. Stephen David said people are coming unglued. Yeah, absolutely. I want to get into more of that too, like the No Kings and all that. Like, this is the perfect psyop, because you could just put this under here, and now the libs are going to say, well, for sure it was a right-wing terrorist because he had targeted libs. And then the right-wing people are going to say, well, clearly, Tim Walz and the CCP is behind this because, they're trying to gain sympathy and blame the right wing. It's just like, and then the guy's name is Vance, bro. Like, have you ever in your life known anyone first name Vance? That's not a real name, is it? And I don't know. Let's get some I'm in that funk mood, bro. I'm gonna play some while I'm talking. We'll just turn it down. Turn it way down here. There we go. Let's go. Let's get in the mood, bro. Cheers. Cheers. There we go. Get it real low. So they just captured the dude tonight, like a couple of hours. I don't know when, but they came out and released. They captured him a couple hours ago. Or I don't even know if he's alive or dead, but we're gonna look into it. One of the craziest things to me is when you go to you want to look it up on YouTube. The MN shooter. I'm just typing in MN shooter. Whoops. These are the okay. They keep showing this picture of this guy in the cowboy hat, the 10-gallon hat, Vance Bolter, and then they found his cowboy hat on the side. Listen, bro, I'm telling you right now, I lived in Minnesota my whole life, 40 years. Nobody's wearing a cowboy hat up there, bro. Only guy I ever met in a cowboy hat. I delivered some appliances to some Japanese guy that lived in Lake Elmo. And he did have horses, but he was riding around on this riding lawnmower. He had a huge property wearing a cowboy hat, and I brought him his stuff. He had the belt buckle. He had the walk like the cowboy. He was a Japanese cowboy with some acreage. That's the only guy I ever saw where I remember wearing a cowboy hat. Now, my mom's family's from Texas. You go down to Texas, you see that shit. You see the cowboy hat everywhere. So clearly, to me, when I see that, that's this is a propaganda to immediately equate people's minds to this is a right-wing guy. This is a, Proud Boy or something like that. He's a Texas good old boy just from the appearance of the hat and how he looks, big, stocky build and all that. And then his name's Vance. So even to a normie who may not be able to connect these dots, like, and even say it out loud or consciously, but subconsciously, they hear the Vance, they see the cowboy hat, they think of J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance just killed the Pope, right? Like, it's all, so they're immediately going to equate this to MAGA. And the victims were obviously Democrats. Jet says he's got horses and has never worn a cowboy hat. Propaganda. Yeah, I mean, you do not see that in Minnesota. I can't remember, other than that one time, I literally can't remember anyone wearing that. But let's go. I guess let's start here. They just caught him, and I want to see. Well, before we get to that, I guess let's go in here and so the big story was in Minnesota, and I just covered this last week. There was a vote in Minnesota last week over giving illegals health care. And the vote was defeated. And they still get it through the end of the year or whatever. But starting in 2026, they're going to cut off the illegals health care. If you're illegally here in Minnesota, give MN care, Minnesota care, which is like covers everything. No copay. You do anything. I wish I had that, right? So to me, my take on that was just a few nights ago. I talked about that, and it was this is just a way for them to kick the can down the road, and they still have 6 months to come up with something else and to keep these illegals on. But here it is. They say she sounds scared after voting against the Democrats. This was just a few days ago. So this was the lady that got shot by that guy. Hold on, let me move my little camera here. And let me see if I can make this a little bigger. Yeah, there we go. It's a little bigger. Hold on, bear with me. Whoops, I'm messing this all up now. Hold on. There. Stop here.
And we work very hard to try to get a budget deal.
It's quiet.
wouldn't include that provision. I know that people will be hurt by that vote, and we worked very hard to try to get a budget deal that wouldn't include that provision. I know.
So then the theory would be obviously that she went against the Dems, and now the Dems are gonna send an assassin after her or something like that. Then this guy, just a few weeks ago, Tim Walz said, "Hey, we need to get meaner."
Called out on this because I called Donald.
Hold on, I made it too big here. Hold on. There we go. I want it about like that. There we go. So this was just a couple weeks ago. Tim Walz says they need to get meaner. Democrats need to get meaner. This is
Called out on this because I called Donald Trump a wannabe dictator. It's because he is. It's because he is. Oh. The governor's being mean, and the governor's speaking out on that. Well, maybe it's time for us to be a little meaner. Maybe it's time for us to be a little more fierce. Because we have to ferociously push back on this. And again, I'll speak to my teacher colleagues in here. The thing that bothers a teacher more than anything is to watch a bully, to watch this bully and to stop it. And when it's a child, you talk to them and you tell them why bullying's wrong. But when it's adult like Donald Trump, you bully the shit out of him back. You push back. You make sure they know it's not there. Called out.
Yeah, so he says it's time to get meaner. I did see the few little things I looked at into this. The sentiment from the Democrats was like, oh, political violence should have no place, no matter what, it should never come down to violence and blah, blah. And these are the same people that they were like, oh, I wish that shooter didn't miss on Donald Trump. Oh, we were this close to, getting rid of this guy and blah, blah. They don't want their side to get violence against. They're hypocrites. They're not against violence. They're against violence against their own side. Like I say, they are metaphysical killers. They're left. They're just waiting for their Manchurian candidates. They're waiting for the code word so they can go out and kill. And the reason that the conspiracy exists that this guy was working for Walz or something is, Walz appointed this dude. When was this? In 2019 to the Governor's Workforce Development Board. He served a 4-year stint, started in 2019, ended in 2023, signed by Walz himself, by Mr. No Balls, Tim Walz. Is working directly. I don't know if you could say directly, but he's signing off on papers to get this guy as part of his a board that reports directly to the governor. He's from Inver Grove Heights. I know where that is. So that's just south of St. Paul. Kind of I haven't been there for a while, but it's kind of a trailer trash type area. Not all of it, definitely. But methy type area. And that's a lot of the suburbs, though. But not a bad place. Mostly white, really. White trash area, I guess. Maybe not anymore. Maybe it's full Somalian by now. This is the dude right here. He looks like somebody, man. Can you guys figure out who he looks like? I was trying to look at him like, man, this dude looks... Motherfucker look familiar. You look familiar, dog. Let's see. He's from the Red Lion group. Isn't that like a food or something? Red Lion? What is that? And yeah, they say he had a manifesto, of course, right? They all have manifestos. And they say that he has like a hit list in his car. And Tim Walz was on the list, and also Ilhan Omar, whatever her name is. Okay, in my opinion, if this is real, like that's where you'd start. You'd start with Walz, or you'd start with Elon Omar, one of those two people. You wouldn't just start with some pissant that no one's heard of. And that'd be further down the list. You'd have a list prioritized by like, if you're gonna put your entire life online, even if you didn't think you're gonna go down, maybe you think you're gonna go down guns blazing against Tim Walz and his security. Well, your other option is you're gonna spend the rest of your life in prison. So it doesn't really make sense to me that this guy would target Tim Walz, but put him so low on the priority list that he doesn't even get to him. Because you're not going to really, make any change. Pretty crazy to me. And there he is. No balls. Tim. Weapons of mass distraction says, yo, he be looking like EBT. No, everybody looks like EBT. I don't know who this. It kind of looks like my neighbor right where I live right now. Can't really figure out who he looks like. Tiniest Squish says, written for him by the same people who write mainstream hip hop. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, here. House Majority Leader. This was at the end of January. He calls for violence. We're going to fight Trump in the streets. We in these streets, bro. And they did do just that with the No Kings protest yesterday, right? We'll get into that. I haven't really seen any of that. The only one I saw on that is okay, Squish is saying the manifesto was written by the people who write the hip hop. Okay, I got you. So the other one I saw is where it's coming. I'll get into some of these in a second here, but let me go. There was a Vikings guy that said, forget his name, Jack Brewer. Yeah, here we go. This is one of them AI channels. I can tell just by looking at the thumbnail. Hate these channels.
Former Minnesota Vikings and University of Minnesota football player Jack Brewer.
Yeah, I'll read it myself rather than listen to some damn AI. Why would I listen to a woman? Especially, why would I listen to an AI woman? Ex-Viking blames Walz for Minnesota lawmaker killings. Example of weak, emasculated leader. Former Vikings and Minnesota Golden Gopher football player Jack Brewer spoke out about the early morning shootings that left one state lawmaker and her husband dead, and a second lawmaker and his wife injured. Brewer, who played 4 seasons with the Golden Gophers before starting his NFL career with the Vikings in 2002, criticized Minnesota Governor Tim Walz for allowing the state to become, quote, the capital of chaos. Bam. Bam. It's so hard to convince people that this Minnesota is literally worse than LA or San Francisco or any of these horrible places you can think of in the United States. Minnesota has to be as bad, if not worse. And until you've been there and seen it with your own eyes, it's probably hard to even understand or believe. This dude says, we need to start calling it what it is. These people have lost their minds. I'm heartbroken to see one of the most amazing states in America completely turned around under Governor Tim Walz. Minnesota is confused. Now, my own take on this would be, yeah, it's not completely it's been a slow burn into this. He's just at the helm right now. It didn't just happen overnight. It may have seemed that way with COVID. That kind of took the clothes off of it, but it was slowly being built for like 40 years, and especially the last 20 years. It doesn't just happen. This dude says, I played for the Vikings. I played for the Gophers. I lived in Minnesota for years. It was not like this. People were respectful. People could disagree and still have conversations. I still have a lot of family there, and it hurts to see what they're living through. Minnesota has become the capital of chaos in America. That's not right. It's not a reflection of the true people of Minnesota. There are a lot of good people there. but the liberal hub around Minneapolis and St. Paul is taking over, and it's dangerous. Tim Walz is the leader of that. His attorney general, Keith Ellison, is right there with him. Yeah, isn't he a Muslim too? Heart of Aries says, my sister moved to Minnesota. She's a fat liberal. She'll fit right in, bro. It's insane, bro. Beautiful state, beautiful lakes, beautiful countryside. You're living in a painting when you're there. And then all of a sudden you get to the cities and it's just hordes of Somalians, just insane liberals, blue-haired liberals, a bunch of pronoun people. Absolutely absurd. It's like a parody, like something you'd see in a dystopian movie. It's like not real. Brainwashed liberals everywhere. The hipster type liberals, like the white liberals, the white guilt. Totally bonkers, bro. And that leads me to the stream I wanted to do tonight. I was going to stream last night, and then tonight I wanted to do a stream on teachers. And then Days of Noah drops a whole 3-hour documentary on teachers, bro. I'm like, no way, this was the stream I had planned. I wasn't going to go into he started his with like the history of teaching and how it became and all that. I didn't see the whole thing yet, but then he got into the AI teachers. That's where I wanted to bring mine is teachers. I was going to have the clickbait cover with like the female teachers that bang the students and go over some of those stories. And then there's a lot I want to talk about the schools and everything, and then end it with these Texas classes that have AI teachers, and it brings their students up in the top 2% in the country. And damn, and then the dude drops a whole documentary. I'll probably still do it, but curse you, Days Noah, curse you. But my point being here is that these liberals and the foreigners that come here and they say they come here for an education. Well, these educations are cranking out. They're cranking out the people that go to the No Kings protest, the George Floyd protesters, and all these things that are wrong with society today. It's all when they're molded by that in the public school system. That's kind of what I wanted to get into about the school system. Like, what the hell's going on? These people are drawn to it. The people with these subversive ideologies, and maybe not even consciously, they may not even know, but they feel like that mind virus, they have to spread that, whether it's like a demonic type thing or whatever. They're controlled by a demon and want to bring it into the next generation and infect as many minds as possible. It's something along those lines, because it's uncanny the amount of weirdos that are teachers and also psychiatrists, psychologists and stuff. They're the most craziest people. And then people are trusting their kids to send them to these people. It's nuts, bro. Okay, the shooter's name Vance Luther Bolter, 57. He's wanted in the shooting, so he was just found tonight. There he is. Bolter reportedly earned his PhD in leadership for the advancement of learning and service from Cardinal Stritch University. Never heard of that degree, never heard of that place. Not saying it's not real, I'm just saying I've never heard of that. And was appointed by the state's Workforce Development Board by 2 Minnesota governors. He was reportedly initially appointed by Governor Mark Dayton in 2016 before being reappointed by Governor Tim Walz in 2019 as a private sector representative to the council. Bolter's term expired in so he's Vance Bolter, he's got bolt action or what? Walz's office did not immediately respond to Fox Digital requests for comments. Bolter allegedly posed as a police officer when he shot Senator John Hoffman. He's got the man in the name, bam, and his wife in their Champlin home. So that's an affluent suburb outside of Minneapolis, leaving them seriously injured before moving on to former Democratic House Speaker Melissa Hortman's house. He allegedly killed her and her husband. This morning, Tim Walz told reporters the attack was clearly a politically motivated assassination, but did not reveal that the suspect was his own appointee. So how could, I don't necessarily disagree with him, but how could Walz come out and give him the motive for this? I mean, he's not, you're just a few hours into the investigation. Like you'd have to qualify that by saying, you know, to me this appears like since they're both Democrats and they're, you know, this appears like it's politically motivated. But when he's just coming out and stating it as a fact that it's politically motivated, when you're 1 hour into the investigation, that's pretty sus. That football player Brewer believes the incident is a result of Democrats and Walz leadership and called for a return to masculinity. This is where I feel like it's going as a society with younger people and everything. I think the societal pendulum has swung and getting away from trans kids. And just as shocking as trans kids on Good Morning America was, like, it's almost unbelievable. And in 40 years, they're going to look at that and be like, what? This was on TV? Like, this was that accepted? You know, at that point, it really wasn't, but they were just pushing it out there. I think you're going to see, like, Christian Reich type things that mainstream, as mainstream as trans kids was. Push that to the forefront of society. Going to swing the opposite way. On this Father's Day, I wish Minnesotans would focus on restoring fatherhood, protecting women, and protecting families. Tim Walz is the example of a weak, emasculated leader. That is not what God made fathers to be. It's pathetic. Well, I can't argue with that guy there. Bam. You're just showing out here, man. Happy Father's Day to all our fathers out here, man. It's terrible. The root cause of all this is evil. Bam. When you're willing to attack, ridicule, riot, and protest anyone who believes something different, even in your own party, you've gone too far. The Democrats have gone so far left that if you are not a raging liberal, you're under attack. They're forcing everyone in the party to conform. Now, that's true. They've created this monster of the seven-headed hydra, the LGBTQ plus, you know, all this stuff. Like, if you don't support every single one of these insane things, they're going to put the heat on you. You're a bigot. Whenever you give Satan power, he shows his face. That's what we're witnessing now. So that guy definitely understands what's going on. I believe the same thing here. One of the things I said earlier, as you saw society drift away from nuclear family and fathers leave the homes, that created the mess we're in society-wide now. The other one is to stepping away from God. And as the United States stepped away from God, then now we see all this kind of stuff. What we've been seeing for the past, 10 years. Trans kids and everything. Disgusting. Absurd, bro. All right, let's go back to this dude here. I'm going to get a little more into this dude. We'll dive a little deeper in here before I move on out. I do want to get into the No Kings protest and Trump's little military parade.
Maybe dead shortly.
This dude got the Papa John's shirt on. He just got home from making the Big Shack pizza. This is our first second I've seen this. Is definitely a crisis actor.
So I just want to let you know that I love you guys both, and I wish it hadn't gone this way. I don't want to say anything more and implicate you in any way, because you guys don't know anything about this. But I love you guys, and I'm sorry for all the trouble this has caused.
Today's political assassinations are brought to you by Papa John's. Fresh hot, fresh fast. Papa John's.
He was a loving, caring guy, you know.
What's in the bag in the background? He's got like a 2.5 foot tall poly mailer back there. The hell is that? The bag of cash they give him for the crisis actor cash bag right there. I think there's like a roll of salami on the bottom of it or something. Look at that.
Loved his family, loved his friends, and loved God. And
yeah, I loved God. He loved God so much.
I don't know why
he loved God so much to the point he's just out here blasting people.
Did what he did. It's not Vance. No one will believe this. No one will grow up. He had lots of friends, trust me. I wish I could have been there to stop him.
Listen, bro, you grow up and this is your roommate is a 52-year-old dude that's delivering pizzas for Papa John's looking like that. Your options are looking grim. Your choice is either get a new job or start blasting at politicians. Damn, beer can chicken ad, because I was looking that up. Made that the other day. Made a fire, two of them. I made 2 fire beer can chickens on my new Weber kettle. Okay, I got the, show you what I got. Pull it up and I'll come back here. This is what I got. I mean, I know it's not much. I know it's kind of a boomer thing, but I got the Star Spangled Kettle. I didn't go for like a traditional smoke or anything. Thought it looked nice, and you can do all this shit in the Weber kettle. You just got to know how to do it. I made 2 beer can chickens the other day. Fire, wet and juicy. Super dope. You guys want to see that stuff? You got to go to my wife's channel. She's slowly becoming a grilling influencer here on YouTube. Look at these views. 7,000 views. 3,000 views on this one. This was the pork shoulder I made. Oh no, wait, where's the pork? Oh, this one's the. Okay, she doesn't have the beer can chicken one up yet. It's coming up though. Fire, bro. The shit was fire. There's the voice. This is my boy. Shout out. Yo, shout out to Raymond. Now the beer ain't for drinking, it's for cooking. That's the beer I got for free. Hulk Hogan was at the gas station down the street doing autographs. You had to buy his beer though. Fire, bro. So make sure you subscribe to the Layla Amaris channel. See my latest grilling concoctions.
8 hours later.
Fire. Where my grillers at? Where's my dad's and their New Balance grillers at? Shout out. Want to see? There's another video of this guy. It's 4 minutes long. This guy's already a class. This is like Wayne Sexton level crisis actor right here. Low and slow, David Paul says. That's right, baby. Low and you can do it all on that cat. You don't need all these expensive smokers and all. I mean, it would be nice to have that stuff if you had the money, but you can do it all right on a kettle. All right, let's watch this guy, and I'm gonna go refill my wine. I have about 1 more glass of wine left in my high-end box wine I have.
No, because he was on call for work, and he'd always say, yeah, I need rest for work, so I'm sharp. Because he was extracting eyeballs, so gotta be sharp for that.
I remember him walking out of the house, or hearing him walking out or anything like that.
Nope.
Is it unusual for him to go to bed at 7 p.m.? I mean, when you say...
Well, it depends on the shift, no, because he is working all kinds of hours. Didn't seem odd, no.
Did he give you any emotional message, said that he loves you, besides the text messages or something like that that seemed off?
Well, he said that he made some choices, and he said, you guys don't know anything about it, but, yeah.
Another big ass.
But he said he didn't have much time to live.
Another big ass. Do you mind if I take a picture of the text message?
Nah,
You can block out his number.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I kind of keep that private, because I read it to people, and I don't know. I just got to get going. I have to...
Is his phone still ringing when you called?
No, it's...
Go straight to voicemail?
Yeah, just voicemail. I can't, he doesn't want me involved.
Yeah.
So
They were definitely gay together. I forgot. Yeah, Wayne Carver. Yeah, it's exactly what I was gonna say. He's just like Dr. Carver. I was gonna say that earlier. And then the other thing I was gonna say, I totally forgot the reason I showed the grill and everything. I wanted to show what my kids got me for Father's Day. They got me this trucker rope hat, the scrambled eggs on the top there. This is my grilling hat. So then when I go out and grill, the boys got me the grilling hat. But yeah, I was totally thinking that. Dr. Carver, exactly.
So he's not going to call me. He's not going to receive calls from me.
So. Can we at least see the picture?
Well, then everyone's taking pictures. I don't know why I'm so... He sent it to me and a friend. So it wasn't just me. And I don't know if my friend would think about me sharing that with everybody. I mean, I read it out loud just so you guys could get a context of what I feel when I read it.
Wayne Carver's slob because it. Roommate said. Yeah, he's even fatter and sloppier than. At least Carver wore like a button-up shirt.
Yeah. And
can you read it to us?
Is EBT in the chat here? People are saying EBT. Oh, there he is. Yeah, yo, shout out to EBT. Yo, I have the only dad's thumbnail, EBT. Let's go, bro. I want to get in another like hour here. I ain't even scratched the surface of where I'm going here, bro. We can do part 2 together if you want. I want to get into No Kings. I want to get into Trump parade.
We were in here yesterday.
Yeah, I know. But I got to really get going.
Do you have a message for him in case he's watching? He watches. Do you want to send him a message?
Yeah, tell him I love him. He's still my best friend, and I hope he doesn't kill anybody else. And I hope he surrenders himself.
Dude, this guy has all kinds of videos. This guy is like out here.
Body armor or bullets, any of that?
Why do his windows not have glass in them? I noticed on the other one, it was the other window, like over here on the right side, didn't have glass. This fucking pig. It was Piggy.
No.
What's he sweeping up? Pan down. Let's see what the fuck this guy's sweeping.
He was always kind of into the military.
Okay, so they must have shot. Did they shoot out his glass? Because then his screen door here is completely like blown out and missing the side of the screen door.
But it was just we were always like that. Me and him, we used to play army men.
How long had you guys known each other?
Oh.
Slow pan down to the meat here. What's going on, bro?
Since 4th grade, it's been 45 years, 50 years. God, it's been longer than that. Yeah, it must have been longer than that. Since I was 12, probably. 4th grade. Oh, forever we've been friends.
Yeah.
And then,
did you link him up with this house to live with you? Were you excited about that 2 years ago?
Well, he's been living up here for a while.
Is he gonna like get a dustpan and pick the shit up, or is he just like, is he just sweeping the cement over and over?
He was living in Bloomington. He was a manager of a food place.
Yeah.
And then he quit the job and he went down to Africa, got things going down there, said he wanted to start his own companies.
Did he just say he went down to Africa? Is that what he said?
Going down there, said he wanted to start. He went down to Africa, got things going.
Is that what he's saying? Africa?
Down there, said he wanted to start his own companies.
So the security company, was that fully formed, or was that just an idea?
No, that was just some fantasy. It was never. You would talk about it, but there was no movement on that part. And yeah, it was. He always had a fascination with military equipment. So do I, but I'm not. I'm 100 miles away from killing people.
Oh, he's 100 miles away.
Apparently, in his
he's an hour and a half away from killing people.
Manifesto, there was some stuff about Planned Parenthood.
He had a manifesto?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Was there any beliefs about abortion, or?
Yeah, he was a strong But he hasn't talked about abortion for years. I mean, this goes back through the 90s. He really hated abortion.
This guy's almost so dumb you can just hear the wheels turning in his head. It's almost unbelievable to me that this guy would be a crisis actor, because you could just, there's like a hamster on a wheel every time he's about to speak. You can hear the wheel squeaking.
But we hardly ever talk. I haven't talked really about abortion for him for years. I mean, and nothing that it was at length. You know, that was at length.
Yeah, Jet said you always need that man. Yeah, every story's got that manifesto.
Trouble is like you just heard that from him.
Well, he was trying to find it. He would always want to work, like 7 days a week, work. He was trying to get money to start his businesses and all that. So,
yeah.
But he didn't like. You know, I don't like abortion, but
yeah,
I don't go to this extreme.
What did you know about these like squad cars he had? Like what the deal was with these cars he had?
Well, he was going to use them for his security company.
Oh.
So he bought them, and yeah, he was trying to start it up. So.
Because we've seen two today, like you know.
Yo, Tropes in the chat says he's anxious because he's missing the first WoW raid in 20 years.
How many of those you have?
Yeah, I forgot that he had two. He has one, they towed it away in the back. That was his primary car.
Dude, no way. Stephen David in the chat says, I found out today that Jack Talcott got to speak with Don Lemon. Have you seen that? No, I have to see that, bro. Hold on, we got to step away from this guy for a minute. We'll definitely come back to our coverage of the Minnesota shooter here. Special interest to me because I'm from Minnesota. I had to leave my forefathers' lands because of the insane liberal ideology that took over there. Is this real? Well, it's probably pay to play. You just call up Don Lemon and you say, hey, bro, here's $2,000, and he will, No way. Is this real? This got to be AI, bro. This AI.
Yeah, let me see who's. Well, I'm on live with Don Lemon. We'd like to ask you some questions if you're willing to answer. Okay. I'd love to. Alex, I'm gonna get my shot right there. There we go. There you go. So I got a veteran right now here that's actually part of the initial group that was staged at Supreme Court. Don.
So, sir, what's your name?
My name is Jack Talcott.
Jack, you're a veteran, correct?
Yo, okay, Lemon's not on CNN anymore, so he's just grasping for straws out here. But imagine you're watching the shit, and you know who Jack Talcott is. Dude says Jack Talcott, you're gonna be like, yo, what the fuck, dude? No way. This has to be AI, right? Is this real?
Yes, sir.
Why are you out there today, and all of these folks?
Frankly, I'm fed up, and I think I speak for most of us. We raised our hand with honor, we served with honor, and we're seeing the state of the nation and the.
So that's what Jack Talcott is known for. If he's known for anything, it's honor.
Spending and our peers, the brothers and sisters, children of other citizens, raised their hand to serve like we did, and now they're being deployed against fellow citizens. It's time for a change and an interruption.
Damn, that sounds like straight out of the Barack Obama playbook. It's time for change, Jack Talcott said.
That's why I'm here.
Jack, when you saw the members of the military or Donald Trump and the administration federalize our military, our National Guard and Marines, what did you think?
He said, hold on, I gotta hear that again. His little chuckle was fucking classic.
What did you think?
The signs of fascism in this nation are getting to the point where we can no longer deny them. And until we unite together, we will never overcome the fascism. And when I saw the deployment of troops,
I'm the only real fascist around here. Me, Jack Talcott. You got to do what I say. Now, these other fascists, they're bullshit. I'm the legit fascist.
Troops to defend the kidnapping and stealing of innocent members of the communities. We're too divided. We have the state against our freedom, and it's time for our freedom to prevail.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to do that, Jack? By talking to Don Lemon? You're going to have a talk with Don Lemon on his, not even CNN, on his YouTube channel. 450 people are watching it live. And then they're going to say, oh, this guy's a veteran. He said this. He said our freedom's got to prevail. So it's time to change our ways, people. Everyone in the world, we're going to change our ways now. Jack Talcott said.
And Jack, what do you think about this display of, military might and presidential might tomorrow that's going to happen?
Look at Lemon's little logo in the background. It's like Lemon with his little blown out butthole. That's the O.
In the Capitol, on the heels of what happened in California and then what's happening in the Middle East, they're going to need extra security. And I think
got a black lady simping for him in the chat. She says, God bless this veteran. Jack Talcott, you like that hot chocolate, buddy?
Sadly, makes us even more of a target. But what do you think about what's happening tomorrow?
The excessive spending on a military display just for the commander-in-chief's birth date. It's especially coming on the tail of all the federal employees who've been affected and all the people who have been affected by the DOGE and the budget cuts. And now we're just emptying money for a party.
Is Jack Talcott full liberal now? He's full fucking left-wing liberal? Or is he just pandering to Lemon?
Insane.
What would you say to President Trump if you had the opportunity to speak with him?
Actually, that's my goal. I'm hoping to speak with Donald Trump because he's missing opportunities. We have the opportunity right now in
Hey, Don, Jack Talcott here. I think we should end wars. Great idea, Jack.
America due to the advancements of technology, communication, everything. America is poised to lead the rest of the world into peace and immediate reforms, but we've got incompetent people in the administration who don't see the path to peace.
Okay, Jack's the competent one. If you put Jack in this place, people around the entire world is going to change their actions and behaviors because Jack's in the position of power. That's how it works. You got the wrong person in there. You put Jack Talcott in there. Everyone's choices and behaviors will change to create peace for the entire world.
That's why we're here, I think.
Name names, Jack. Who do you think is incompetent?
Don, I'm gonna try and turn the camera around, keep the Capitol in the building, and get Jack in the frame too.
Okay, no problem.
That's the cameraman's subtle way of saying, yo, Don, you gotta see this fucking guy. This guy looks fucking nuts, bro. This fucking homeless guy out here spitting some fucking anti-government bullshit.
So, Jack, if you just move over, and there you go.
Yeah.
Oh. There we go.
I don't know who looks more homeless. Yo, Jack fucking Talcott's making moves out here, brother. Yo, does Snafu run up behind him in the middle of this interview, say, hug a buddy, fuck a buddy, you cupcaking with Don Lemon? Motherfucking cupcake, hug a buddy. Pogo.
Okay. So, Jack, name names. Who do you think is incompetent in the administration?
Oh, clearly Donald Trump. He's the boss.
Oh, liberal confirmed.
He's the one in charge. And when there's poor leadership, there's broken organizations. America is broken because we've got poor leadership.
Dude's looking like fucking Osama bin Laden coming out of the cave, bro.
Now, I don't fault the single man. Every single man and woman in Congress who's raised their hand and
He's been training for this moment the past 3 years. You know, he's loving it. He's like, yo, I'm right in my wheelhouse, the camera in my face, ready to spew my fucking platitudes and shit. You know his fucking dick's hard at this point.
Taking an oath similar to what I did. They are derelict in their duties. They're failing to protect the freedom of innocent men and women who want to live freely. So Donald Trump's at the top of the list. I believe in accountability at the top.
What do you think about having Pete Hegseth as the head of the Defense Department?
Yo, they're pretty close. I don't know if I've ever stood that close to another guy and felt his breath on my face like that, man. Maybe that's how Jack got this interview, man. He might know this guy. Might have had an intimate moment with this guy. Then he passed him off to Flow State. Ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. Yeah, exactly. Dr. Dave's Pinball Restoration says no mention of dual loyalties in Congress. Exactly. Where you at, Talcott? You should have said these motherfuckers are simping for Israel. That's your money's going to Israel.
God help us.
Yeah.
God help us. That's my answer.
Which God, Jack?
I want you to notice, Don, our first response, both of us, was just to laugh. Because having somebody like fucking Pete Hegseth as Secretary of Defense
This toothless motherfucker here.
is an insult to every veteran who's ever...
This dude's like, it's not just his beard, his face is so fat down here. Look how far back his ears are set. Like his neck comes up and his ears are way back here, and he's just got a big fat fucking face with his beard and shit.
Worn the uniform. Every active duty service member who's actively wearing the uniform. And anybody who may ever serve this country is looking at what's happening right now and asking, is it even worth it?
Yo, this is gold. Shout out to Stephen David for putting me onto this one. Look at Jack. Look at Jack hitting the pose for the camera. Felt cute. Might go on Don Lemon later.
Jack, and let me ask you this, Jack. Do you know some of the folks who were...
Oh, he's going to be a regular, yo. Lemon's warming up to him here. He's going to fly Jack out. It's going to be like, remember the man with the golden voice? And they cleaned him up off the street and brought him in, did all the circuits, interview circuits. That's going to be Jack here. Don Lemon's going to shine him up. He's going to house him up, just like Jack used to take the homeless in. Don Lemon's going to do the same thing here. Shine his ass up.
Arrested?
Wait. What did he say?
Arrested? So, Jack, and let me ask you this, Jack. Do you know some of the folks who were arrested?
I met some of them recently, yes.
Yeah, and what did they say? What was their reason? Because that's a pretty drastic action, especially, you know what happened on January 6th. For someone to storm the Capitol, that's putting...
Yo, he's shilling the motherfucking insurrection narrative. Come on, Jack. Come on, bro. It's all fake and gay, but come on.
Your safety in danger. It's that important to them?
The cause is greater than the individual risk. And men and women...
This guy, wasn't he in Washington? He drove all the way to Washington, D.C. from Washington State, just hoping that someone stuck a camera in his fucking face.
Who raised their hand to serve, they took that decision a long time ago. So for this, I'm honored and I'm proud to be in this group because there are men and women from all across.
It's better to say than I'm homeless. I have nowhere to go, and I'm hoping for a camera to point at me. That's the real reason I'm here. I'm honored to be here. I'm fighting for your freedom.
The nation, they've flown in here just for this event.
VAF. Shout out to VAF.
Right. Men and women.
How about Veterans for Fashion? Isn't it time to clean up the streets and clean up all the drugs? And how do you decide who's right for people that would want fascism versus people that didn't? What's your grand solution to this, Jack Talcott? What you want would be, you think would be peaceful to you might be horrific to someone else. So how do you solve that dilemma?
And more than veterans, or you mean veterans across the nation?
Say it again, Don.
Veterans across the nation, or just civilians as well?
I know there's veterans, I know there's family members, and there's civilian supporters, people who are aligned with this cause. It's drawn a great diversity and a great.
Damn, Jack Talcott has officially leapfrogged Paul Unslaved. You know Paul's crying into his fucking honeycomb cereal because of this. You know, he's fucking big mad.
Group of people, I think.
Yeah. When you spoke to these folks who were going to do it, what did they say to you?
Similar to my reasons, mostly the excessive spending, the deployment of military force into our communities. We're at a heaping pile of problems, and we could pick any one of them as far as the reason why we're out here in the rain. And
damn, his eyes look crazy there. Can I go back on that? Hold on, there's a shot right there. That's gonna be a thumbnail. Hold on. His eyes he made some crazy eyes. There it is. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That motherfucker hit that glass stem for sure. Look at him. Gotta get the right shot here. He had his mouth open there. That's the one right there. Hold on, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this one right here, brother. This a motherfucking cover right here. This a thumbnail right here, brother. Got it.
We're out here in the rain and people are getting arrested today, but every one of those reasons on its own is enough to be out here, in my opinion.
Agreed. And Jolly and Jack, what changes this? You think just the protest? What changes this?
Yo, this is gold, bro.
Is what's happening right now in our country.
Yo, I'm giving him a hard time, but yo, shout out to Talcott to have the balls to step out here in front of Don Lemon and put his shit out there like that, even though he's saying some dipshit things. This is how you get out here. This is how you got out here, Jack, man. Now you gotta capitalize on this.
Country?
You're in the algorithm, brother. You gotta press. You're only in the algorithm for a short time. You gotta strike while the iron's hot. Taliban Jack. Oh, Tartarian Jack.
Yeah, what's happening right now in our country, especially this disrespect of the military.
Yeah, I'll let Jack.
Yeah, Jack, dude, leading. Okay, Jack, real shit. Let me give you some managerial speak right here, Jack Talcott. Me and you, one-on-one. Lean into this shit heavy, bro. Go full leftist retard. These lefties got money, bro. They will send you fucking money, bro. You sit here and say fuck Donald Trump and all the leftist talking points, bro. That's a lane right now, bro. That's all you, brother. You get in your motherfucking electric car and stay in that lane, you're good.
Jack answer as well, but I will say this, just going back to what I said earlier, Don, when you've lost the confidence of the veterans of this country, you are on a dark road to nowhere.
Amen.
Yeah.
Okay, what about the veterans that don't like Obama?
For myself,
what's he wearing? A Yig Drizzle? Dude's got a Yig Drizzle charm on. Talking about we need God.
I see the answer. I see the problem of our nation, secrets and lies. When secrets and lies are no longer protected by obedient employees, such as these men and women in uniform arresting.
Put Jack Talcott in shirt. We're going to end all secrets. Secrets will be illegal.
Our veterans, when we no longer have these chains of obedience, and wealth and authority are no longer telling us lies and protecting secrets, keeping secrets from the American people. That's the solution. We set the truth free, my brother.
Yeah. As long as people stop lying, then everything will be free. Yeah. Good luck to you, buddy. Yeah. People are just going to stop lying for some reason.
So, Jack, when you turn around and you look at that Capitol, what does that Capitol mean to you and the scene to see your fellow veterans, brothers and sisters?
Don Lemon's just treading water here. He's like, keep talking, bro. Keep talking. I'm out of shit to say. I've been on for 3 hours. The super chats are coming in. Fill the air for me, Jack. Come on.
Being arrested.
It's a lot of feelings. It's a whole lot of feelings. I actually came to D.C. last month. Recently did the touristy things in the Capitol building, and I was reminded again of why I serve this nation, what America.
Damn, bro. Can we start a GoFundMe, bro, for Jack Talcott? Can we get him a nose hair trimmer? Little beard trimmer, the all-in-one beard trimmer, nose hair trimmer, ear trimmer. You know there's some foliage coming out of his ears here. Holy cow, brother. Need a weed whacker in that motherfucker. Need the Hart 40 volt on that motherfucker.
I serve this nation, what America was built upon, the principles of freedom, the principles of value. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, good day one says he makes Don Lemon look smart. Exactly. This is exactly what Don Lemon loves. That's exactly what I was gonna say too, EBT. He said Don Lemon used the StreamYard just like any streamer. Don Lemon's out here on fucking StreamYard, bro.
In that Capitol, but what I see today is corruption, to be honest.
Yeah. And I have to ask you again, what do you think? Is it vote them out? Is it doing,
hold on.
Is it taking? I have to ask you again, what do you?
Be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Jack Talcott thinks he's out here spitting fire. Don Lemon goes, yeah. He's like, come on, keep talking, fucking dipshit. Keep talking, homeless man.
I have to ask you again.
Shuck a jive for me. My super chats are coming in.
And what do you think? Is it vote them out? Is it taking drastic measures like these? You said the cause is more important than the individual.
Jack's getting them Flash Gordon eyebrows coming on, man. Holy shit.
I believe the solution is. I believe the solution for us is communication. We must be able to communicate, accept, and understand the truth. And I do not believe that we have elected officials.
What truth? Your truth? Whose truth?
In our nation who honor the truth. They honor lobbyists. They honor.
Look at Don Lemon. He's fucking comatose at this point. He's like, oh, fuck, dude. I can't stop streaming. I haven't made $300 yet. Fucking keep talking, buddy. Look at his face. Lemon.
Honor fiduciary.
Jack knows this is his moment of a lifetime. He's just been waiting for years and years and years. And Lemon, look at Lemon's falling to fucking sleep. Hey, you get it, Jack. I'm making fun of Jack Talcott, but this is a big move right here. Good for you, Jack Talcott. I'm not even being facetious. This is a good move for Jack Talcott right here.
They honor their bosses, but it's time for leadership. And if the men and women who are elected to the position won't lead, well, we've got plenty of men and women in this nation who are trained to lead.
All right, how are you going to get the elected ones out? How are you going to get them out, Jack Talcott? You gonna bring the gallows out? What are you going to do? You going to bring the guillotine out? How are you going to get these people out if they're elected and they don't want to leave?
When we vote,
you're saying a lot of fucking nothing.
Volunteered to serve. We've got plenty of leaders in this nation, and we can do better than what we've got right now. I don't think voting is the answer anymore. Not at the point.
Hey, there we go. Hey, he said voting ain't the answer. And well, shout out to Jack Talcott there, because yeah, it ain't. I've said for years, I said it. Anything less than tar and feather is not a solution.
Why not?
Don Lemon's not wearing pants right now. Where's his hands? He's watching Jack Talcott. He's got a slimy look on his face.
The system is created to protect those in charge of the system. It's as simple as that. So to fix the system, we got to connect to the. I see if we can connect to the people within the system to open their minds to what they're doing. Wealth and authority are not American supremacy. That's what Donald Trump has in his head. He thinks American supremacy is what he is, wealth and authority. But what's truly American, what's truly honorable is the truth. Men and women who care about the truth. Men and women who
Which truth, Jack? You got to clarify this.
speak the truth, even when there's consequences. And that's what men and women are doing here on the steps today.
Hey, Jack, let me thank you for your service, sir. I should have started by saying that, so my apologies, okay? Please accept them for not thanking you for your service right in the beginning. Jolly, let me ask you this, Jolly. I want folks to know how important it is to have independent media, independent journalism.
Yo. Shout out to Jack Talcott. Real one out in these streets. From the streets to Don Lemon, bro. They're going to bring him back on for sure, bro. Lemon's going to clean him up. He's going to shave him up. He's going to shine him up. Going to spit roast him up. Lemon and his boy. Jack Talcott's making big moves out in these streets. Did he gain any subscribers from that? Let's see. His channel blow up? Not really. 2.4. Hey, but you got to start somewhere, man. That's a good moment for Jack Talcott. Even though I don't agree with the bullshit he's spouting. What a big moment for this guy. Legitimately. And he didn't like fumble over his words. He was saying this. He's been training for that moment for years here. Now, Stephen David got a short here. Let's play this one. Hold on. Yo, hold on. He gets arrested here, bro. Hold on. Can we bail him out? Can we send Jack Talcott some money and bail him out? Well, I gotta turn this down. That shit's fucking brutally loud. Damn, Jack's here performing an insurrection, dog.
Well, my name is Greg Stoker. I'm a former U.S. Army Ranger, and
Why do they all have that same camouflage jacket? Who's providing that? Jack on that Soros payroll now. Oh, so Jack's the one that got tackled, dude. He's so slow. He got tackled, bro. Right? That's him, right? Those black shoes. So he's in shorts with the water bottle in his pocket. He's got like some gray sneakers. So that's him that gets tackled. I didn't realize that at first. Oh, no, it's not. So he's the one with the flag. Yeah, Jack's the one carrying the flag. Oh, he did get tackled. Yeah, that is him getting tackled. Bro, you're so slow. You got tackled, bro. You're the slowest of all these boomers, bro. Yo, Jack got wrangled up. The chimp wrangler got him, dude. Yo, no way, dude. No fucking way, dude.
well, my name is Greg Stoker. I'm a former U.S. Army Ranger, and
He's gonna change his channel slogan to "Live Without Bail." Yo, shout out to Jack Talcott. Motherfucker got tackled like a gazelle. Cop wasn't even going for him. Cop it's like the injured gazelle that the lion's got to take down just at the back of the pack. He's got to just get what he can get. Okay, someone's got to take this clip and edit it in with like the narrator from the fucking wildlife channel that talks about that. The lion picking off who's ever at the back of the pack.
this is Greg Stoker, and
Damn, big moment for Jack Talcott. Shout out to Jack Talcott. Rotting somewhere in Guantanamo Bay right now. You know, he's fucking ringing his cup against those cells. He's got the tin cup. Scraping them against the bars. Like, I want an audience with Donald Trump. I'm going to tell him to end wars now. Donald Trump needs to end wars. Put me in front of Trump.
now we took the steps today in order to...
Oh, look at this dude. This dude's hilarious looking. Like a thumb with a perm. Damn, Jack Talcott got, bro. Oh my goodness, way too crazy, bro. Fatigue and fatigues. Jack Talcott fatigue. We got Jack Talcott fatigue out here. Fucking dudes on Don Lemon and shit. This is way too funny to me. Holy shit, bro. Shout out to Jack Talcott, man. I saw this little bitch too. Yeah, I saw this CM Punk. This little bitch out here was at the No Kings. CM Punk's gonna team up with Jack Talcott next. Jack's gonna be his secret tag team partner. The Saudi Arabia pay-per-view. Jack Talcott and CM Punk. Tag team name Live Without Pepsi. They're gonna come out here. They're gonna face Logan Paul and John Cena. CM Punk. So he sold out. This guy's the fakest motherfucker. He said he would never go do these Saudi Arabia shows because it's blood money and shit. And now he's going over to Saudi Arabia to face John Cena and take that blood money. These liberal sellouts out here, all they care about is fucking money. Bullshit motherfuckers. Oh, man. That's fucking funny, bro. Man, let's go back to the... to that shooter, bro. Remember the shooter? He wore the mask. He wore this creepy mask. He wore the cowboy hat. They found the cowboy hat. Sorry, excuse me. I grew up in Minnesota, so I think I could call this dude. I think I know this dude. Can we call him up? Can we call this dude up and get an exclusive interview? Shooter, Vance. Yo, here he is, right here. Yo, it's the shooter right here. Look at this shit. Cowboy hat, same. Yo, same damn hat, same damn face. That's him, bro. That's the shooter right there, bro. Let's call him up, bro. And did you really, were you the active shooter? Was that you under the mask? Or sure, right there. Same guy, same guy. Let's get back to this, close this one up. He was caught. What'd they say about him? I'm not watching a 3-hour thing. Did a manhunt for him. Go to X. They'll have a quicker one. Here he is, Vance Bolter. A nice little Carhartt jacket or something on there. It's a nice little picture they got of him. Nice lighting. Nice cornfield in the background. Did anyone catch the signer that did the late night presser? I hope. They always think these truthers always think these signers are like doing some weird like Masonic signs or something. That's just how sign language is, dude. That's how the shit works. Where did they catch him? They're just in a damn cornfield here. I think they caught him in Sibley County is what I think I read. There's a badass thrift store down there called Sibley Seconds, or at least it was a few years ago when I was there. It was a nice thrift store because it's so far out of the city that all the thrifters weren't in there. You could find some good shit there. It was cheap. Yeah, so he was appointed by Walz in 2019 to serve a 4-year stint on the governor's workforce. Shooter was caught in Wilmar, Minnesota. Oh, this is a different... Wait, is this the same shooter or a different one?
No.
Not sure, actually.
Accused of shooting 2 state lawmakers and their spouses has been arrested. 57-year-old Vance Bolter is accused of assassinating Democratic Minnesota State Representative Melissa Horton and her husband and severely injuring State Senator John Hoffman and his wife. Investigators say early yesterday morning, Bolter, dressed like a police officer, came out of Hortman's home and fired at police before escaping. President Trump is promising persecution to the fullest extent of the law. Fox News can now confirm.
Damn, Trump's going to pin this on Walz for sure. He's going to say, hey, got some receipts leading it all back to Walz. All right, well, that's the end of that. That shooter has been captured. Not sure who. I still can't figure out who this guy looks like. Like somebody. Hold on. I wonder how many conspiracy theorists caught this on the MN shootings. 1, Vance Bolter, alleged shooter, according to the media, was reportedly appointed to go. Okay, that's the whole point of it, is to make a conspiracy. And so this person's like, oh, I wonder how many people caught this. Yeah, that's the point of it, dipshit. MN shooter's ID is correct. He seems straight up ex-Intel, offshore company, runs a security company, and he was appointed by the governor for something or another. He wasn't supposed to get caught. No, he was supposed to get. If he got caught, if he wasn't supposed to get caught, he wouldn't have gotten caught. He was supposed to get caught. Here's another hot take on Twitter. I think the shooter was a hired professional. How the hell did he slip away with cameras everywhere and a silent type of gun? And the CEO lived in Minnesota but killed in New York City. Maybe it's a personal hit unrelated to healthcare. I can't believe the shooter hasn't been caught. Okay, who the fuck does this look like? Okay, put like a wig on him. It's like a woman or something, I think. Can't think of it though. All right, man. Let's get into this no king shit, bro. Get into these no kings. I didn't really see much of this yesterday. Excuse me. No, they had protests all over the country yesterday. Trump's birthday. Same day Trump did the military parade. Hell, even Jack Talcott got swept up in the vagrant raids there. Jack Talcott's sitting in a cell right now. Let's see what they got here for no kings. I ain't seen much of this here. Before I get here, hold on. Let me just make sure I cleared out all these links. Let me shut them all down. Got that dude. Got that dude. This is his front door. Where there was the shooting. That's Papa John's man's door. I'm pretty sure there. Yeah, she was voted against that shit. The illegals getting health care, so they had to take her out, right? That's the narrative. That's what they want you to think. Whether that's true or not, I'm not sure, but it's definitely put out there. Jack Talcott balling out in these streets. Ex-Viking talking shit about Tim Walz. We did all these. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. All right, let's go here. Oh, that's the Talcott one. Let's close that one out. As funny as that is, we can close that one out. Imagine throwing a No Kings protest after your party refused to hold a primary, anointed Kamala without a single vote, and attempted to remove Trump from state ballots only after your illegal lawfare scheme failed. So that's where I think it's going to with Trump, is if you want to believe all this shit is true, at least in the storyline level of it, the kayfabe reality, that you got to look at it. They lawfared Trump. They found him guilty. They shot at him. They were trying to take his head off on the only one of his rallies that CNN even attempted. So you better bet your ass Trump's going to retaliate back in the story. So I would look for Trump to start arresting Democratic bigwigs. One of two things would be my guess. He arrests multiple different, like, bigger Democrat names, and then you'll get Barack Obama to come out of the shadows and speak out against it. Or the other thing I could see him do is come out and arrest Barack Obama to rally all the blue people behind that, you know, and unify the party against, oh, now Barack Obama is being lawfared against. So I would look for one of those two plays coming up, actually. And that could be the reason he's staging this military in all these different cities already. Dark Brandon. Here we go.
hopes Trump will visit this autumn, this year.
I'm gonna hit up EBT. What's up with this dude?
To stand up to Trump and show him when he comes to this city, when he comes to this country, who he really is. A tyrant.
A tyrant.
And to show that the people of this country and around the world want.
We don't do kings in America, except King N-word Obama. He was King N-word. You'd be cool with that.
To do politics differently. We stand for democracy. We stand for human rights and for the equality of all.
Okay, man, more and more I hear that, and I still, I've been talking about it for a while. I still don't fully understand, haven't dived into the Nephilim are clowns things, but I recognize this, that they do dress. These people must be like, have a demonic spirit attached to them and makes them dress like, these are people are literally clowns, red hair and white face makeup. And I notice this. I watch some of these street preachers and shit, and they go to these pride parades, and there's tons of people dressed like clowns or somewhat more subtle versions of clowns or full overt clowns all the way. There's like a gradient, and it has to be something to do with like a demonic spirit that comes into them and makes them dress like that. Insane. Who's dressed? You want to be taken seriously. You're out here protesting a fascist that you think's killing everyone and ruining the American Constitution and all that, and you're dressed like a clown. How are you supposed to be taken seriously? Everyone's illegal on stolen land.
It's like this silver flare.
Bro, this looks so fake. You're telling me this shit is... You can go watch this shit. I need to go watch this with my own eyes because right here on the screen, this shit looks insanely fake.
Once again, we are standing by for attempting to catch the booster at the tower. This would be the second tower catch.
Booster landing burn. Seeing 13 engines.
Zoom out. Let me see what's going on. Zoom the fuck out.
With the tower for catch.
Booster coming in. Get ready for that boom, Kate.
Down to 3 engines.
Okay, the crowd noise is obviously piped in. So are they saying they're recording that from somewhere nearby that's watching this? It's clearly not the people in the control room doing the launch because it sounds like it's an outdoor stadium event or something. It's almost like the video is a takeoff and then they reverse it, but the smoke doesn't match that. The smoke is like it's going backwards or down.
Booster now hovering as it aligns with the tower for catch.
Damn, that looks fake as fuck.
Booster coming in. Get ready for that boom, Kate.
Down to 3 engines.
Booster landing burn shutdown.
So what are they claiming that crowd noise is from? I'd be interested to figure that one out. I don't know if you guys can hear it because I have headphones in, but you could hear the announcer that was calling it. She just went like, oh, like she laughed about something, but very quietly, almost under her breath. You could hear that. Let me go back. If you guys have a headphone or something, you can hear her laugh. It's like...
You heard it here. Beckzilla has...
Oh, that shit looks so fake. Got black people going waving Trump flags at the No Kings, bro. Let this play for 1 second. I'm gonna see if I can wring my bag out and get one more drink here. I feel like I'm getting a little funnier. I'm 2 drinks in, bro. Maybe we can get it like a half a drink or something. Get a little funnier.
Don't be mad, her president won. Get off the plantation. White people need to come off the plantation. Get off the plantation. You be like that white man, come you there with me. You ain't that vegan man. Oh, good Lord. Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
Jack Talcott, this hot chocolate here could be for you if you were a MAGA chud. But now, look, Jack Talcott's going to settle for this one right here in the front because he's not a MAGA chud. Jack Talcott could be swimming in that Nestle hot chocolate right there.
Democrat, girl, like you're a sellout.
Oh, you low vibration, girl. Girl, you low vibration. I do have a blood donation here. I got a little blood donation I'm gonna drink on the stream. This may or may not be vaccinated blood. There's really no way to know. I guess we'll find out if it starts shedding on me or not. I robbed a blood bank truck, a blood donation truck. We'll see. See if I get shedded on. Don't shed on me. Oh, that's Trump's parade. Hold on, I do want to get into that too. Yeah, they're both on here. So there's Trump's parade. Very, very North Korea-esque. Good job, Trump. Good job. This old ass dude. I fought fascism in 1945 at 102. I'm doing it again. Wow.
Oh my God, that's a gun. That's a gun.
That's a gun. It's a gun.
Come on. Get out.
I'm squeezing this bag out here, bro. That's what my wife's been doing to me the last few nights, squeezing my bag out. Made me miss 2 nights of streams in a row in the summer at Drew. Shameful, Layla.
I think those are gunshots. Is that someone?
Damn, I got a whole cup. I got a whole mug of wine from that. This must be like the wine equivalent of scraping your resin. It's like one last little cup here. Like your desperation buzz.
Shut the fuck up. That...
Zoom in, babe. Zoom in.
Oh, damn. Someone got blasted or what? I was too busy squeezing the wine out. Is that what happened? Some dude got blasted? I didn't see any of the video. Who got blasted, bro? Damn, imagine getting blasted at a No Kings thing and you're dead. Over fucking nothing. Over you watch some TV and believe some shit. No matter what side you're on, right? Like, idiot's fucking lost his life over some dumb shit. A bunch of Jews funding it. Come on, I want to see some of the protests here. That's definitely a dude right there.
There is a legal way to do it, so you don't have to sneak across in the first place.
We do not think the comprehensive health care benefits should be extended to those who are undocumented workers and illegal aliens. We do not want to do any.
These are the types of videos you send to your like liberal family members when you're just getting in this. You're like, see, Trump, Hillary did it, Obama did it, Bush did it, blah, blah, blah. They're not willing to hear any new or truthful information. Their mind is already made up. There's nothing you can show them. Ever. Damn, I don't even see any good videos here.
We love Donald. To what?
We love Donald.
Why?
Because he's making America great again.
Why? Don't engage. No,
He
why?
says not to.
That's the Chud Wojak right there, literally. Personified Chud Wojak.
They have the Gestapo wears the yellow, and the Gestapo tells you not to talk. Don't engage.
Do you see? The Gestapo says no talking. We love. Oh.
It looks like a dipshit. It's the ultimate heel move. Just wear MAGA shit and walk through the No Kings. Some Floyd Mayweather shit. I hit EBT. I'm trying to get EBT to go live. I think his wife grounded him from the computer or something like that. He ain't answering. The motherfucker got his computer privileges revoked. Let's see. We got 116 in the chat, man. That's pretty good for a Sunday night, man. If you guys can hit that thumbs up. If you ain't already, please subscribe. Oh, man. Whole time I've been here, I forgot to shill my new damn shirt. Damn. I meant to shill that. I meant to shill the damn shirt, bro. Oops. I'm going to post this link in the chat, man. Make sure you guys go get your shirt. Your rider shirt. I posted the link here. There's a few different options depending on what style of shirt you want. The premium one looks pretty nice. This one actually kind of looks almost like heather gray. That looks pretty fucking tired, actually, right there. So I made that thumbnail last stream, and then I had to like remake it from scratch, way bigger and all like white. It took me quite a bit of time, but it looks really nice actually. So I'm gonna drop this link in the chat. You guys want to support the channel? There's a few different ways you can. I'm gonna keep going here. So I hear from EBT, but I have gotten some recent donations on Cash App, so we can also do PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, get chalked up on all three. Daniel Luna was very generous. I want to take this time to shout out Daniel Luna. I had another one from, I want to make sure I get the name right here. On the Cash App, Trisha sent a Cash App for pizza slice with anchovy sauce. So I appreciate you, Trisha. And Daniel Luna. As always, the PayPal, Cash App, Venmo comes straight to me. All the YouTube super chats and all that. YouTube takes 30%. It's almost criminal. But they do provide the whole platform and everything, so there's nothing you can really say. So make sure you go order your rider shirt today. I don't think these riots are stopping anytime. Like I said earlier, I think Trump's going to go on the offensive against some Democrats with some lawfare. You'll see more and more, so this shirt it'll remain relevant, at least in the near 6 months, for sure. I don't see these people. I do think there will come a day where all these people will flip to Trump. I think that's the ultimate plan. But for a while, they're still going to be in that you can't tell me what to do phase. Mike Leo says, I think people will be confused if you wear the shirt. Well, the shirt's actually very neutral. It could be pro-riders or anti-riders. It's very neutral. It's just kind of like a social commentary of what's happening, not necessarily taking a side either way. That's the beauty of it, in my opinion. Both sides could buy it and see what they want to see. Is that Flow State? We got Flow State and Talcott out here in these streets. Big fatty behind him in the, what does it say? Horchata. I like horchata with ice. I think that fat girl sign says behind him. These people have no shame anymore. Just big fat girls walking around with like belly shirts and skirts. Look at, can you see her? Hold on. Like, no offense if you look like that at all, but she's out here like flaunting her body. Yeah, right there with like a very short skirt and a belly shirt. Like, you're way too big to be wearing that shit out in public, lady. Embarrassing. Yeah, there's like no shame in society anymore. It's just like they're just writhing like demons. There's that Nephilim's this clown shit again. Look. Tell me that's not a fucking clown with some green hair and shit. Fuck you, man. Yo, fuck you, man. We must protect our democracy, but fuck you, man. Fuck you for having a different opinion than me, man. What was that? That was Jack Talcott's sign right there. Veterans against fascism. Look at these freak shows. Damn, they're insane looking. What is that? Like they're protecting these children from like ICE agents. Looks like a Grim Reaper almost, though. They're wearing the mask. Yeah, Skate and Destroy says the amount of people you see in public wearing pajamas is a great example of the downfall of our society. Exactly, bro. DWS says Crocs is the fall. Nah, bro, Crocs are legit. If you got kids, Crocs are legit. You just tell the kids slip. I'm not sitting there tying all these damn shoes. But I agree with the pajamas and the Walmart and shit. Like, bro, you look at those old timey pictures. These people used to get dressed up just to leave the house, bro, just to be seen out in public. Like you were wearing a fucking 3-piece suit and shit. You were wearing a nice dress. You were wearing what do they call that thing? Like where they cinch shit around their waist. The little, I can't think of the name right now, but the women were wearing that little thing that squeezed their little waist in and all that. And now you just go to Walmart in your damn pajamas. Crazy. And in the course of like 100 years, that's all it took. That would be unfathomable 100 years ago to think that there'll be these major like markets that people go to, thousands of people in there at a time, and everyone's wearing fucking pajamas. Below those people's minds 100 years ago. Here's the talking point. Media can't brainwash, or sorry, says not a lot of energy or youth at the No Kings protest in Asheville, North Carolina. Legacy media can't brainwash the youth now that X has taken over. We are the media, America's healing. Well, how are you the media if they provide what's trending talking point and you're talking about, I mean, I guess you could say you're the media, but you're still getting this like prescribed news story for you to cover. It doesn't matter if you're on the left or the right. It's made for you to talk about. It's prefabricated news. Oh, damn, they got him. Big bag of like Cheetos or something. They got him.
Good morning, everyone. How was your No Kings protest yesterday? Did you accomplish what you wanted to accomplish?
Here's an Uncle Tom here.
Let me check. Nope. Donald Trump is still your daddy. Oh, what you look at there. He's actually more popular too amongst every other demographic. You know what's interesting about this whole thing is that the legal migrants that's over here is on Trump's side. The mass majority of them actually supports Donald Trump deportation orders.
Cringe, bro. Not because he's black, just the same talking points.
Okay. Here we come. All right, I got you. Got me? Yep, I got you.
Oh, shit. Yeah, these are the errants. They're going to the errant convention. They're going to meet Jason Brashears right now. They can hit up the No Kings on the way there and then go to Archaics Con. Oh, excuse me. Got the Burger King crowns on. I'm gonna go say the N-word on the plane. Oh, these are sweet grandmas and grandpas just getting like lured into this bullshit. Like, what if some shit went down with the police and the rubber bullets or anything? Like, these people can't run away or anything. They're like defenseless. So anyone bringing these people out to that shit, like, you should be ashamed of yourself. Damn, bro, this is sad. It's gonna be Aphrodite in a couple years, right? Right here. Yo, shout out to Aphrodite. Did you guys even see this shit? Hold on a second. I gotta pull this shit up. Radicalized geriatrics. Did you guys see this shit, bro? Aphrodite is out here in Germany, bro. Aphrodite hit the damn sugar daddy lottery. Tegernsee in Germany. That's where she's at. Look. The sugar daddy bringing her all over the world. I read this. I thought she was saying she was in Tennessee. I never even heard of this place. I had to look it up. It said, damn, she's in Germany, bro. This dude is footing the bill, bro. What a life. Yo, shout out to Aphrodite. You finally made it, Aphrodite. Does this guy have more than one, though? Sugar baby here? Is she part of a stable? Or is she locking this shit down? You gotta have a baby to really lock him down, Aphrodite.
I'm Aphrodite Rose Starfire. Welcome to my channel.
She's slanging that Starfire worldwide now, damn.
I'm in Bavaria at a forest festival in my Dindel. I need to.
She's always trying to show off the puppies.
Button this up.
Damn, this poor sap is out thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. You could have brought her to Renfest right there where you live. Where's the dude? She don't ever show the dude. That ain't him. We've seen him one time. He looks like Razvan. He's trying to cop a feel or what?
They're talking about my bow. They're talking about my bow. What?
He's saying not married.
I'm not married.
He says it was further to the right earlier, moving to the left.
They go, toot, 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 toot.
What the fuck, dude? Hey, ladies, take this as some inspiration. You too can hit the sugar daddy lottery. Doesn't matter how old you are. Doesn't matter how messed up your face is or any of that. This is your inspiration right here. Don't stop, ladies.
Jane from Bavaria.
The cleavage.
Wait,
You
what?
make a real Bavarian treat. You gotta drink the beer and show the cleavage.
I am showing the cleavage.
All right, that's Bavarian then.
Yeah.
This dude's pimping her out to the internet, damn.
Yeah, this is Bavarian, authentic Bavarian right there.
I think she's getting trafficked and she don't know it, bro. Aphrodite's been trafficked internationally. You don't even know it yet. Where was that, man? Go back to X. Buy the shirt here. Make sure you Click that link. Let me drop it in the chat one more time. Have it as the pin. Oh, that's the X link. Hold on, that's not the right one. Where's this link? All right, let's finish it up on X here. We're going to go to some more No Kings, and then we're going to do some, I wanted to see that parade that was happening last night. Looks like not much here on this. Oh, here's a huge one. Where's this? San Diego. Yeah, San Diego showed out. But again, look at it. It's only a couple blocks, it looks like. Well, let's see how far down this goes. But okay, that's pretty big. Yeah, they're all over the waterway there, the beach. Okay, this is a pretty good show out here. All these people right here. See all these people right here? They hate white people. Deal with it, white man. All right, let's see Trump's parade, man. Let's get to the... Look at this. Oh, instead of Phineas and Ferb, it says, fuck ICE. Some big fat bitch made that. Yo, fuck ICE, bro. They deporting my chorizo out here. I get some chorizo. Fuck this fat white bitch. Trump parade. Let's see this shit. Military parade. Go. That's all we got here is pictures. Where's the videos? The goose stepping? I want to see some goose stepping. Oh, they're crying because it was sloppy marching. It feels like a big fuck you to Trump from the soldiers. Yeah, they're not in unison. Yo, no, you ain't got shit on North Korea, motherfuckers.
Excited that the Army's 250th anniversary parade just
Okay, is this a man or a woman? Can't even tell.
so happens to fall on Trump's birthday. Now, Trump, might I suggest that for this parade, you drive around in a 1961 Lincoln Continental four-door convertible. I feel like that vehicle would be a great fit for you, especially because the weather is supposed to be nice, so you can drive around with the top down. Doesn't that sound nice? It's your birthday, the top is down, you're sitting in the back seat with Melania.
Yeah, and the same person's going to be like, oh, there's no place for political violence when it comes to the Minnesota shooter guy. Guaranteed they'll be like, oh, it's despicable. Yo, where's EBT? Is he ready or what? He ain't going? He ain't hit me back, so I guess we're going to shut it down here in a minute.
You get a great view of the parade, and you also get a great view of everybody attending for your special day. And I mean, it's not like anything horrific has ever come from a president driving around in a convertible with the top down before. So I say go for it. Truly.
God, people are annoying. You want to be queer, whatever, but why do they act like that?
And if there's any protester who wants to come out, they will be met with very big force. By the
Jack Talcott.
way, for those people that want to protest, they're going to be met with very big force. And I haven't even heard about a protest, but, you know, this is people that hate our country, but they will be met with very heavy force. And if there's
crazy shit. Yeah, not much on this Trump's parade here. It's a few pictures.
Mr. President, First Sergeant Norton, reporting for duty, sir. Ready to commence the ceremony as directed.
I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me according to regulations.
That dude's definitely on the spectrum right there.
And the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
Women, blacks, Asians, they got everything here.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Well, that lady looked old to be getting sworn in right there. This one. Looking pretty old. These other guys look like fresh-faced kids. How old they take them here in the army now. Well, that's about it, I guess. Is Richie from Boston's worst fear right here. Let me hit up the homepage here and see what's good. Elon giving Iranians Starlink. Yo, TBE, give me that password, bro. American citizen, overstayed or tourist visa, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, if you shot, yeah, exactly. If you shot this guy dead on your doorstep in Minnesota, you'd be sent to jail, exactly. Scientists detect mysterious radio waves coming from beneath Antarctica's ice. Hey, right here, man. Shout out to the best dad in the world right here. I wanted to go back and look at this as, is this right here also a psyop? This is the guy, you don't know the story, this guy in the red here, like, molested this guy's son or something. I don't know if I can show it or not, but when he gets by, you can see he reaches and he blasts him right here. But like the timing, like the camera angle and everything is so perfect. Like, you got to wonder if this is even real. Because what happens, I'm not going to play it past that part because probably take my video down. But what happens after this is this guy in the red just goes down. Actually, he goes off camera. The guy in the red goes off camera for a while, and there's a brief struggle for this guy's weapon. And then you see, like, this guy laid down with, like, a small puddle around him. Then I almost wonder if this shit is, like, real. It's one of those things, like, you definitely want to believe it, but I don't know. North Carolina State Representative Julie Von Hoffen, Democrat, posted a photo from the No Kings protest, which calls for Trump to be beheaded. Yeah, that's nothing new for these guys. They act like it's so shocking. Libs of TikTok, like, oh, can you believe it? Well, yeah, that's what they've been doing that shit for 10 years now. Here's this dude again. Hold on. That's the same one we watched earlier, though. Minnesota officials have refused to release Vance Bolter's manifesto, saying there isn't any specifics, and they're working diligently. If Vance was Republican, it would be out already. At least we're not speaking German. They're not even speaking German in Germany. Damn. The vehicle used by the assassination suspect, Vance Luther Bolter, being towed away into Alpha News. So that's that fake cop car that he rolled up in on. He had like the latex mask on. What is your personal explanation of why nearly all the protesters against Trump are over 65? Yeah, a lot of old motherfuckers. Tim Walz has now had 2 different officials commit political crimes in just a few weeks. First was the Walz employee vandalizing Teslas over Doge. Now you have the other guy literally assassinating politicians. Trump is in Canada for the G7 summit. That'll be the story tomorrow. That'll be the top story probably. Vance Bolter's wife questioned after traffic stop yields weapon, ammo, cash, and passports. His wife looks crazy, dude. Oh, that's a crazy bitch right there. Ride or die though, she's got everything on her. All right, man. Everyone hit that thumbs up. I'll shut it down. It's 2 a.m. my time. Appreciate everyone that was here. If you want to support the channel, I'm going to drop that link one more time. You can order that Rider shirt. PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. Get chalked up. We got t-shirts. Go to the main page. We got more t-shirts. Just go to the regular channel. If you're on a desktop, you got to click the store tab right here. We got shirts, socks, mugs. We got it all right here. If you're on a phone, this will just pop up right before any of the videos on my page. Follow me on Twitter or X. My handle on there is @CBO_X. I don't post too much there, but I would like to start increasing that one. Summer Drew is here, man. I was hoping EBT would be ready to go. But I'll be back tomorrow night, hopefully. I don't get nuked by my wife again. And we need some more funk to ride it out, man. So hold on 1 second. Get a good one here. I appreciate everyone's time. And peace out.
Cause I'm a gangster trick that ain't with that bullshit. I kill and will, turn your back to duck. A nigga better hide, cause I'm fucking die. Gotta check it up, the nigga jack the dick. Cause I'm a gangster trick that ain't with that bullshit. I kill and will, turn your back to duck. A nigga better hide, cause I'm fucking dangerous. Nigga fucking a fake, with the dignity. And we because I'm a motherfucking OG. 16 years old on the street. I don't know what y'all fuck. I'm all about my fucking home. Like 11 so you can understand my game of shit. Let me tell you what we did to this motherfucking shit. Think it was a fighting for this on the way to school. With John on his feet, started bitch, and do it fool. Walked around like a shit with 2 big handbone guns. I was dancing with that fucking ass on from my cousin young. He gotta learn how to rock a nigga these days. Or just like a lit bomb. Gotta check me up, the nigga jack the dick. Cause I'm a gangster trick that ain't with that bullshit. I kill and will, turn your back to duck. A nigga better hide, cause I'm fucking dangerous. If flipping best believe, he'll be caught dead. Slang to the ground with a motherfucking bullet in his head. I'm searching for niggas, so we're a bulletproof vest. Cause if you run it, you'll get caught, you'll be shot in the chest. I kill with no regret, you'll be begging for hope. Cause I'm a warrior like me, and you like dope. So take heat to my rhyme, cause the answer is true. You better watch your back, cause I'm going on a living kill.
One more.
Demoniacal creatures with huge canine teeth who bite deeply into the necks of their victims. busters 12. What the hell? It is me finally. Welcome to the game. So glad that you came. No longer baby from the scene. This tiny. 1995 with the solo. Told you I was gonna creep. So here it is. Goddamn. Everybody gotta put a hold on the tape. Put a mother family is going to the top, man. Keep it Robert achieving everyday life. Of a thug. Give me love. Robert City creeping to the east. A quarter after 11 is almost that time for the leprechaun to creep. Time to just a bag. Get my gas. Plus a backpack. Creeping from about the dog. I gotta get your food. Sipping just a mess with the buckshots. And the candy. Tell what the fuck can I lose? Gripping on my clock. Looking at my block. Seeing what's up on the blunt. Before I hit the track. Get my backpack. Make sure I got another clip on my gap when I rat that. Did you see me? Hocus pocus.